Christabel, you're tossing all this up, counting coins in the back of your, or the upstairs of your little shop.
Yes.
And Spring Lightning obviously knows what day it is too and has come in. And is not
Okay.
Hi, Christabel. So I guess it's kind of month end, and you have to kind of sort out the money and things like that. Kind of figure that means you're owing me 50 bronze.
Yep. I've got it right here. Let's see, how did I? Let's see. So I put 100 back. Okay, so actually, so I'll give him the 50 bronze out of. So I'll actually go down to 110.
No, you've got.
No, that was already calculated, Ross.
We've already done that.
Oh, I already put that in. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, told you flashbacks.
I'm just trying to make you experience the pain of capitalism.
Okay.
Forced to hand over your hard-earned money to exploitative capitalists. And then he says, so while he's busy not counting the money because he trusts you, he says, so I kind of feel bad about earlier. I was a bit rude, and I guess you're missing home and that. I kind of met someone down in one of the bars on the docks who's just off a boat in Smith City. Maybe he can tell you some of the news and stuff. Perhaps I can meet up. Perhaps you can meet up with him for a drink later.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Is it somebody we tried to kill or not?
Sure. Yeah, we could do that. Like have a drink after work. That'd be fine. What is? I'm trying to conceptualize what my actual relationship with Spring Lightning is, and whether I like him or not. I don't know. Or what? What does he do all day? What's his life like? Is his family rich? Is that what's going
on? He's an elf. All the elves make out that their families are rich. They are
okay.
But his probably are, because he seems to spend all day hanging out in bars when he's not bringing round young ladies with dogs that need washing to get discounted pampering rates. I think we also established that at least potentially there was some connection between Disreputable People Girl may have met in a underbelly context and Spring Lightning, so he may have a more what's the word? A more bohemian lifestyle than
yeah. Okay, I think that's.
But
I haven't decided how I actually feel about that. But yeah, I will. I will accept his offer and tell him. Actually, I have some friends that I was going to treat to lunch. Maybe I'll take them out for drinks. We can all meet up. It'll be fun and possibly informative.
Cool, that'd be great.
She thinks to herself.
Cool, I'll see you later. And he does big air kissing as he's leaving the place.
All right. Very, very cosmopolitan.
And he's tells you the name of a bar, which I haven't worked out what it is yet. I will do it at the moment. You know it is one of the really tacky Corsair bars down on the docks, which catered to elves slumming it.
Right. So all the barmaids wear big pirate hats. Right.
Absolutely. If there's an inch of wall that's not covered in tiny model boats or ship wheels or things like that, then
yes,
I would be surprised.
The overpriced bar of the Caribbean.
Elven frat boys doing keg stands.
There's a drink called Walk the Plank that the bartender made up last Tuesday. Right.
So, anyone wants to do anything else? I imagine that some point after this, Girl and Shining Star arrive at your delightful little cat camping emporium.
Hi, gals.
Well, she's not kidding. People have been setting traps for her. What were you gathering there anyway, girl?
Oh, I've been looking for plants, mainly plants to help in my meditation. I've been kind of enjoying spending some time outside the city, and
both of us are nodding.
My meditation.
Enjoying.
I probably have some small little collection to show you of what and I'll tell you, that I have some lion herb that I've been collecting out there. I found some darnel. There's a particularly rich area of herbs that I've found. It doesn't really seem to belong to anybody, except somebody seems to now.
I'd like to make a quickness roll, if I could, to get some of that particular preparation that we're being shown into a little system of papers or whatever.
All right.
However it is that whatever it was I learned in jail, right? This
absolutely
this unusual way to partake of this particular herb that
all right. Well,
people in prison came up with.
Don't get started too early. I was gonna invite us out for drinks later.
Well, that's why I want to make a quickness roll.
Okay, that seems fine.
No, it's not that quick, but I am pretty quick. Let's see what happens if I get a roll of that with a that. I don't think it's going to be good enough. Oh, no, it's inferior. I'm not that quick. But all right. So you'll catch me before I finish the spliff. And I say, well, good enough, though. I do have a reason for wanting to assess what you're talking about. After all, I do have. You know what? Go ahead. I'm going to give it a nice, healthy sniff. Ross, what I'm trying to do is assess how good this is and like whether it's of commercial. Whether a dealer would consider this to be a good crop or whether he's just picking up old skunk off the side of the road and nobody would care.
Okay.
Right.
So it sounds like we're talking about the lion herb, and a plant roll is certainly what you need to determine the.
Oh, that's much better, especially given a plant skill that I have. That's going to be a monster of a roll. Oh, it's just shy of being great, but it's a pretty good.
Good.
So how good is this stuff? How many stems and how redolent are the buds?
Okay, so obviously it must be good. Is it enough to get you the information you want? The roll is against the rarity of the herb, so it's more difficult for more rarer things. But yes, anyway, so it is obviously this is high quality stuff. In fact, you suspect somebody has been actively interfering.
Right. This has been cultivated. This is not some shit. This is something that somebody has been cultivating out there. And girl, I have bad news for you. You've been stealing. You have wandered onto a dealer's plantation and you have appropriated some of their valuable stock. And I'm glad that you're enjoying your meditations with it, but there are people who would consider this to be, Christabel, I see you have your abacus out. You've been doing up your month?
Click, clack. Yeah.
Well, guess what? Whoever owns that field has just done the same thing, and it came out less than they wanted because of you, girl.
Well, I don't know what you mean by own. I mean, when I was out there, there were no fences up. It was just, out there in the woods, a little clearings in the woods. It's not marked or anything. I mean, it all, if it's owned, they have a particularly lax way of marking their ownership up until the point that they start putting pit traps.
I was about to say, I'm pretty much getting the right idea. Well, that's the other thing, though. If they were just trying to keep off a poacher, they would have shot you full of arrows, or had someone kill you in an alley or something, or just done something a little more direct, I imagine. But capturing you, that's a lot of work. You got to dig a trap, It's a lot of work. So, do you have any reason to think that, Serpentines would know who you were? You aren't exactly unknown among the Serpentine / nomad / hillfolk community. As soon as you get political among those groups, your name comes up. And I'd like to forget it just as much as you would, but they're not going to.
Well, I am surprised if, there are things in my past which would make me known to the Serpentines. I had no idea that my reputation would carry this far, though.
I agree with you. That's why I'm asking, is there any reason that you have to think that anybody might have recognized you?
Well, I did, when we got here, I followed the doctor on the ship into an alley. I happened to see him in the bar where we were staying, and followed the doctor out to an alley, and kind of came across him talking to somebody who seemed to recognize me. That seems bizarre, though. I mean, we had just gotten here. I mean, it's. I know that I look distinctive, though. So I suppose if I do have a reputation, tall
it might not necessarily be citywide among every person, but in people who are invested in the problems down south, then. Well, so I don't suppose Girl notices the significant look that Shining Star passes to Christabel as soon as you talk about gratuitously skulking off to go follow the doctor. But but we don't even. I'm not even saying anything. We're used to this by now. It's like, all right, what did you do? So anyway, here's the thing. I'm just worried. I mean, but okay, so that's interesting. Christabel, all these meditations seem to have yielded some insights as well. And Girl and I thought we'd share this with you because we don't want to keep anything from you.
All right. Go ahead.
I
realized that you were concerned with what was going on in Smith City. And I have been, I've been in touch through a vision with the happenings in Smith City, and at least what I'm picking up does not look. I'm sorry to say, it does not look good. I can't give you real specifics, but in a vision, I saw camps being broken up. I saw the Bleeding Heart militia actively involved in forcing members of the Hill folk into service. It looks like the war is going quite badly for the Hill folk.
Was there anything about those teeth or skeletons, stuff like that? I'm saying that because I think there was, if I remember what Ross said. But
I did. I made mention of visions of skeletal feet trooping across hills, possibly in the direction of refugee trains.
Risen warriors from the dragon's teeth, most likely.
Mm.
Although we did give one set of we gave Ernest, I believe, evidence of the dragon's teeth.
You did. He has a small pouch with a couple of teeth in.
But we also got the idea that there was a lot more of them.
Yeah.
And I guess the last thing I had noted was, also I had seen that the nomads are obviously clearly still advancing, right, and battling against the hill folk.
Well,
so it looks like the average hill folk person is getting hit from both ends.